AI is getting incredibly good at specific jobs. I mean, scarily good. But there's this huge invisible wall holding it back from what it could really do. Today, we're going to talk about that wall and the one thing that's stopping AIs from actually teaming up. I want you to imagine something. What if you hired a team of the world's absolute best experts for a project, but none of them could speak the same language? That's exactly the problem AI is facing right now. We're creating all these lonely geniuses, they're brilliant on their own, but they have zero ability to work together. And that's the core problem we have to fix. So let's dive into this first layer of the problem. We've got these amazing, super specialized AI agents, but at a fundamental level, they're just completely cut off from each other. This fragmentation is really the heart of the issue. You have incredible AIs that are masters of coding or research or planning, but they're all built on different platforms, like LangChain or AutoGen. So they all live in their own little digital bubbles. If you want to connect them, you have to build these expensive, custom-made, and super fragile bridges. It's like having a construction crew where the plumber only speaks French, the electrician only speaks Mandarin, and the architect only speaks Klingon. It's just chaos, wildly inefficient. And listen, this isn't just a theory. It has massive real-world costs. Let's say a manufacturer's AI agent just needs a simple shipping quote. Developers have to spend weeks, maybe longer, building a custom connection to just one shipping company. But then that company updates their software and poof, the connection is broken. Want to add a second shipping partner for a better price? Well, you have to start that whole expensive, time-consuming process all over again. It just doesn't scale at all. Okay, so the industry knew this was a major bottleneck. So what happens? A race begins. A race to create a common language, a kind of universal translator that would finally let all these different AI agents talk to each other. The journey started out pretty simply, with agents just trying to use plain English to talk. Then we got a big step forward with something called the Model Context Protocol, or MCP. That was all about letting one single AI model use lots of different tools. But the real prize, the holy grail, was getting different AIs to talk to each other as peers. And that's when things got really interesting, around March 2025, when two heavyweights entered the ring. IBM with its Agent Communication Protocol, or ACP, and Google with its Agent-to-Agent, or A2A. And it is so important to understand that these two things were solving completely different problems. MCP, the earlier one, was all about giving one person a better toolbox. Think of it that way. But ACP and A2A, that was about helping different people form a team. It wasn't about better tools for one person. It was about building a better team, a totally different and much bigger vision. So you've got two tech titans, IBM and Google, with competing standards. You'd expect a long, messy format war, right? Kind of like Betamax versus VHS back in the day. But that is not what happened. Instead, we got one of the biggest plot twists in a while. In a really stunning move, the two sides decided to team up. This quote here from IBM's Kate Blair just says it all. By bringing the assets behind ACP into A2A, we can build a single, more powerful standard. Instead of fighting it out, they chose to collaborate. This was a huge moment for the entire AI world. It all became official in August 2025. IBM's protocol basically got folded into Google's A2A. But here's the most important part, the real kicker. The whole project was moved under the umbrella of the Linux Foundation. That means it's neutral, it's open source, and it's not controlled by any single company. That's a massive win for everyone. And just look at who is sitting at the table now. The steering committee for this new unified protocol is literally a who's who of tech rivals. IBM, Google, Microsoft, AWS, Cisco, Salesforce, all of them working together on this. This kind of industry-wide agreement is almost unheard of. It's the kind of thing that can actually change the game for real. All right, so just as everything was starting to look clear and unified, the universe decided to throw a curveball. It turns out there was another project out there, also called ACP, but it was something totally different. So let's clear up this confusion right now. Okay, let's be perfectly clear. We have two different projects that unfortunately share the ACP acronym. They're both trying to get agents to collaborate, but their philosophies and their methods are worlds apart. So let's break down the difference. The key difference is right there in the full name. The big industry protocol is the Agent Communication Protocol. The key word is communication. Think of it like a simple, universal post office for AIs to send messages back and forth. The other one, from academia, is the agent context protocols. Notice the word change? Context. This one is way more structured. It's less like a post office and more like a highly detailed project plan for a team, using something they call execution blueprints. And this is what one of those execution blueprints looks like. It's basically a detailed flowchart for a whole team of AIs. It maps out the entire task from start to finish. It spells out who does what, when they do it, and what happens next. So it's less like a casual chat and more like a highly orchestrated mission plan. So, whether you're talking about the simple communication standard the industry is building or these super structured blueprints from the academic world, solving this teamwork problem is a massive, massive unlock for AI. This is where we start to see the dawn of a whole new era. The ultimate vision, the big dream here, is to create an internet of agents. A world where AI agents can find each other and work together just as easily as websites link to each other today. It's a fundamental shift from isolated pockets of intelligence to a truly powerful collective intelligence. And this isn't just a nice idea. The academic paper on agent context protocols actually tested this. They used a really complex benchmark where AIs had to do things like book a multi-city trip online. Their team-based approach hit 28.3% accuracy. Now, that number might not sound huge, but on a task this difficult, that is a state-of-the-art result. It is concrete proof that structured teamwork gets dramatically better results. So what does all this unlock for us in the real world? Well, think about it. We're talking hyper-efficient workflows that just run themselves. The flexibility to unplug one AI and plug in a better one without having to rebuild everything. We can build incredibly sophisticated systems with teams of specialized agents, even letting them work together securely across different companies. Ultimately, this lets us build systems that are way more powerful than any single lonely genius AI could ever be on its own. And that really brings us to the final, most important question. For the very first time, AI agents are learning to speak the same language. They're learning how to form teams. So the question is no longer just, how smart can we make one AI? The question now is, what monumental challenges will teams of AIs solve for us next?